From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Friday, February 13th, 2026. I'm Steve Prentice. Hackers abuse Gemini AI for all attack stages, says Google. A report released yesterday from the Google Threat Intelligence Group confirms that threat actors from China, Iran, North Korea, and Russia have used Gemini for, quote, target profiling and open source intelligence, generating phishing lures, translating text, coding, vulnerability testing, and troubleshooting, end quote. They are also showing increased interest in using it for social engineering click fix campaigns. The report says that Gemini is used, quote, from reconnaissance and phishing lure creation to command and control development and data exfiltration, end quote, with specific actions including using an expert cybersecurity persona to request that Gemini automate vulnerability analysis and provide targeted testing plans in the context of a fabricated scenario. A link to the report is available in the show notes to this episode. Apple patches decades-old, possibly exploited iOS 0 Day. This vulnerability affects, quote, every iOS version since 1.0, end quote, and has been used in what the company calls an extremely sophisticated attack against targeted individuals. Discovered by Google's Threat Analysis Group, the CVE-numbered vulnerability dealing with the DYLD, Apple's dynamic linker, allows attackers with memory write capability to execute arbitrary code. Brian Milbier, deputy CISO at Huntress, said, quote, this vulnerability represents a door that has been unlocked for over a decade, end quote. Acting CISA chief criticizes potential DHS funding lapse. Speaking to the House Appropriations Subcommittee on Homeland Security on Wednesday, acting CISA leader Madhu Gautamukala stated that another Department of Homeland Security shutdown would hamper CISA's ability to respond to threats, offer services, develop new capabilities, and finish writing a key regulation. While the two sides on the Hill battle it out, Gautamukala said CISA planned to, quote, designate 888 of its 2,341 employees as accepted, meaning they could continue to work during a shutdown, albeit without pay, end quote. Moscow moves to throttle Telegram and WhatsApp in favor of its own messaging app. Russia's communications regulator Roskomnadzor confirmed on Tuesday that it has, quote, deliberately slowed down the Telegram app, which has nearly 90 million local users, citing the company's failure to comply with Russian law. Russian users, quote, began reporting widespread Telegram disruptions earlier this week, according to data from Internet monitoring service Down Detector. Meanwhile, a separate report from Meta on Thursday said Russia has also attempted to fully block WhatsApp, quote, in an effort to push users towards a state-backed alternative. Users, therefore, are being encouraged to switch to the alternative, Max, M-A-X, a government-backed messaging platform. Huge thanks to our sponsor, ThreatLocker. Want real Zero Trust training? Zero Trust World 2026 delivers hands-on labs and workshops that show CISOs exactly how to implement and maintain Zero Trust in real environments. Join us March 4th through 6th in Orlando, plus a live CISO Series episode on March 6th. You can get $200 off with the code ZTWCISO26 at ZTW.com. New York City explores using AI cameras to spot subway fare evaders. The New York Metropolitan Transportation Authority is, quote, testing subway gates that use cameras powered by artificial intelligence to collect data on people suspected of not paying fares, end quote. This is, of course, generating concern amongst privacy advocates. Cubic, C-U-B-I-C, the manufacturer of the gates, reportedly says their product has cameras that record for 5 seconds when someone neglects to pay a fare. Artificial intelligence is used to produce a physical description of suspected fare evaders, they say, and the description is sent to the MTA. Amos InfoStealer targets macOS through a popular AI app. Researchers from Flare Security have released their 2026 Enterprise InfoStealer Identity Exposure Report, which highlights, quote, the growing dominance of infostealers within the cybercrime economy and the expanding impact of identity exposure on organizations, end quote. They state that infostealers like Atomic Mac OS Stealer, that is AMOS, are more than standalone malware and act as, quote, foundational components of a mature cybercrime economy built around harvesting, trading, and operationalizing stolen digital identities, end quote. They find success in a highly opportunistic social engineering approach in which attackers continuously adapt to technology trends, abusing trusted platforms, popular software, search engines, and even emerging AI ecosystems to trick users into executing malware themselves. A link to this report is also available in the show notes to this episode. Conduent breach hits Volvo Group. An intrusion on the network of the technology services company Conduent that occurred on January 13, 2025, has impacted Volvo Group with nearly 17,000 employees affected. Volvo appears to have learned about the incident only in January of 2026. Conduent provides services for printing and mailroom, document processing, payment integrity, and other back-office support services to Volvo Groups as well as to other companies, some of whom have also been affected by its data breach. An investigation into the attack on Conduent shows that the hackers, quote, had access to its network since October 21, 2024, end quote, taking PII, health insurance data, and medical information. This is the second third-party vendor-related data breach to hit Volvo Group in recent months, having suffered a breach through Miljo Data, a Swedish IT company that had also been hit by ransomware. Department of Justice says Trenchant boss sold exploits to Russian broker. Trenchant is a US-based maker of hacking and surveillance tools and is a division of the US defense contractor L3 Harris. In October, Australian national Peter Williams, 39, pleaded guilty to selling 8 hacking tools that he stole from his employer, Trenchant, including software that takes advantage of flaws in other software to gain access to someone's computer or device. Williams admitted to making more than $1.3 million in crypto from the sales between 2022 and 2025, per the Justice Department. Federal prosecutors said Williams sold the hacking tools to a Russian company, which counts the Russian government as amongst its customers. In response to the prosecutor's memorandum and request for a 9-year sentence, Williams submitted a letter to the judge explaining his decisions, saying that he regretted his actions. We hope all of our listeners have a wonderful weekend and come back on Monday ready to join us for our Department of No live stream. Each Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, we bring you the biggest news stories and break down why they matter for your security program. If you have ever wondered how you can use the news of the week to spark needed security conversations with the rest of the business, you got to join us on Monday at 4 p.m. on the CISO Series YouTube channel. We certainly hope to see you there. And if you have some thoughts on the news from today or about the show in general, please be sure to reach out to us at feedback@cisoseries.com. We would love to hear from you. I'm Steve Prentice, reporting for the CISO Series.
Cybersecurity headlines are available every weekday. Head to CISOseries.com for the full stories behind the headlines.